Hey everyone and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex. In today's video we have a first impression review of the Mount to Coast T1. This is Mount to Coast's first trail running shoe. It's exciting. I think Mount to Coast definitely surprised us and many of you out there, not just the shoe geeks, shoe reviewers, but also lots of running nerds, lots of core runners last year when they launched the R1, the P1 and the S1 as well last year. And this is the T1 now, their first trail running shoe. It's special because I think just like the other shoes, they pretty much nailed it, and I will explain why. Let's look at the specs first, and we're looking at a 36mm stack height in the heel, 32 in the forefoot for that 4mm drop. In terms of weight, in a men's sample size US 9, the shoe comes at 255 grams. That's just about 9 ounces. In my size US 11 EU 45, we're looking at 287 grams. That's about 10 ounces, a bit more than that. If you want to compare it against other shoes on the market, let's say the Tecton X3. This is 304 grams in my size US 11 EU 45. A Brooks Catamount will be 302. So 287 for the Mount to Coast T1 in my size is competitive against other shoes on the market. Price point, we're looking at 190 euros. It's also, let's say, competitive if you're comparing it against the most expensive shoes on the market for trail running. There are more affordable options, but the question is, you want to have a shoe like this one, well-rounded, well-executed, that you can take for longer distances and that will also be very durable, or do you want to spend a bit less money on products that might not deliver the same level of performance and also might not resist as well through time? I do not have the answer here. I think this is, an open question, but 190 euros is the price point of the shoe. Should you like it or not? In terms of upper, we're looking at, again, that tuned fit upper from Mount to Coast. It is a system with a dual quick lace, one essentially for the midfoot section and one for the forefoot section here. You can tighten them separately. I mentioned how the material of that upper is ventilated, but one quick extra note is how it's enhanced, improved with some Dupont Kevlar fibers. Kevlar, as you probably know, is a highly resistant material used by the military, by some precision industries. And here we have a good example of how running and shoes can use some high-tech materials to also improve running shoes and running technology in general. Kevlar fibers here are used just like in a matrix upper. You would have a reinforcement of some fibers. This is the same here with Dupont Kevlar fibers to make this upper more resistant to scratches, to any wear that could happen on the trails because of rocks, of sharp objects. And yeah, I think it's quite nice to add, and it's a good addition to this very well-rounded upper. But of course, the key part of the shoe is the midsole, and here we have Mount to Coast light cell midsole compound. I'm not sure if it's EVA, TPE, it's a supercritical material. Mount to Coast claims that it's quite lighter and bouncier than EVA, and I can definitely confirm that compared to traditional EVA, it's day and night. I actually really like that material. I really liked it already on some previous Mount to Coast shoes, mostly on the P1, that was my favorite shoe for Mount to Coast, and this midsole compound just offers exactly what I'm after. Lots of dampening, a bit of bounce, but not too exaggerated, and I really enjoyed it. I think there's not much I can add. I feel like I could really go the distance with this midsole, with this shoe in general, because it's well executed overall, but this midsole really gives me that confidence of, hey, I can just run in this for a long time, and this is what a trail running shoe, an ultra distance trail running shoe should be. Finishing up, we have a Vibram outsole with mega grip and some micro traction details. It's used here, as you can see, so I'm sorry if it's a bit dirty. 4mm lugs. Vibram is, as you know, a great kind of stamp on any shoe to give you that confidence and that, household name of a brand that does something excellently well, and that's Outsole's rubber compounds. Vibram is just so good at this part of the shoe, and I'm glad that Mount to Coast went with them for their outsole. It was dry when I tried this shoe, so I cannot comment on traction and performance in mud or in wet conditions, but everything I tried uphill, downhill here with this shoe worked fine, and the outsole definitely played a role in this. Overall, 190 euros for this shoe. You might think that this is a bit expensive, but everything in this shoe is top-notch. It's a shoe that offers a great upper with a nice lacing system. It's true to size, I didn't mention, but it's also very important here. But with the system, I believe you could go half up, half down, and allow for a bit of wiggling room. But it's true to size. The midsole is fantastic. The material is exactly what I'm after in a trail running shoe. I think it's simple but well executed. Same for the outsole. It's just a Vibram outsole, but it's so good and so reliable. Yes, it's on the pricier side of trail running shoes, but I believe it's worth your consideration for this summer or later in the year. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I'll see you in the next one.